And jeez, it's cold. My head and frame. We are gonna need to get in that hood, so we're talking about the right vehicle for winter travel. Aside from Volvo 240s, which will roam the earth forever. Soon, at some point, there'll just be cockroaches and Volvos. But we've got this guy, Ford Exploder. This is I think the 3rd gen, so she's got the 4.6 in her, and it's got not a 4RE, but there's a lot of similarities between this and the F-150. Yeah, engine, transmission, front end and transfer case, I believe the same. The rear end on these guys is a fully independent unit, so that differs from the F-150. But this, and I also had a 2002. I've had a few F-150s. I had a 97, I had an 03. I've got a newer rig too. Between this and the Tundra, between the F-150 and the Tundra, this is a better winter travel vehicle. This thing handles snow like a lead sled. And it really needs to, because the second it loses traction and gets sideways grip, it's gonna roll. So she needs to. This one she's done for. Some time ago, I cut the cats off of this because I was gonna send this thing to scrap. Because this thing is at the end of the ropes. 240,000 miles, I believe, somewhere around there. We've driven it for a couple years. Rarely, only in conditions like these, because it is the right vehicle for winter travel. When we live in the middle of nowhere, we got to go up big hills. This thing has pulled things out of the ditch left and right. The right vehicle. But it's a Ford. I'm surprised the motor has lasted this long. Like I said, 240,000. I haven't seen one of these 4.6s with the overhead cams last more than 250,000 without the chain roller and the guides just disintegrating, and then you got slap and your motor's gonna blow up. So she's not long for this world, which is why I cut the cats off, because I was just going to scrap her. But then I come to find out, found documentation, the transmission in this thing, the last owner paid to put a new transmission in this at about 190,000, and it's this rig's 3rd transmission, because Ford automatics. So this transmission has about 50,000 miles on her, and with how good this vehicle is in snow and how awful the rest of the vehicle is, I'm going to show you how awful the rest of the vehicle is, because we have not cared for it whatsoever. I have never even changed the oil in this, and it's, that wet. And it's been around for about, we've had it for 3 years. It leaks oil, so I add oil occasionally, but I've never changed the oil or done any other maintenance to this thing whatsoever. Well, actually, I did change the rear end lube, because that rear end makes a lot of noise. It's also going to need a new wheel bearing back there, and with the independent rear suspension on these things, you need a press and a number of different tools to get a rear suspension. So we're going to start this thing, and you are going to experience this thing. Let me, why do I do this for you guys? All right, hood does not stay up. I mean, that's an easily fixable problem, but we're not. There we go, Volvo muffler. As per typical, that wind isn't dicking around. All right, so some wrenching and improvements have been made on the thing. I zip tied the grill once, only the top. Like I said, we have not cared for this thing at all. What else has been done here? There was, that guy. There's a little valve here. I don't know what that valve was all about, but took the valve, that thing broke off, and then it was losing coolant. In fact, I drove it overheating, and I was like, I don't care. I got like 2 miles to go. Drove her the whole way. Didn't care one bit. Our weapon of choice here is the, it's actually a somewhat recent 7 out of 20. A little over a year old. Very nice, very nice. The EverStart Value $50 batteries. I've said this. I know you can hear the wind on the mic. I've got this dead cat on the microphone, so hopefully you can hear me over all that, but it is ridiculous. Look at all that. Anyway, where were we? Probably needs a new air filter. Don't care. And even with these crappy Chinesium tires, which are, how's my alignment looking? little feathered on the outside, but they've never been rotated. So when I got it, it had been driven enough. That is not dirt down there, not dirt. The brakes were so overdue that it was the caliper, the pads, the metal backing plate to the brakes were gone, and it was on the caliper, and that is metal, molten metal off of the caliper all the way down the side. That is not dirt. Yeah, so tires on the wear marks. Let's look in the back here. Oops. Stuff we're keeping in here is junk. There's a jack. Always had a distinctive smell. Tape deck. The back here is disgusting. At one point when I was moving, put a Mercedes motor back here. But this does have that third row seat, which is ideal. Well, at least for us, except, you know, I'm probably nitpicking because this is a, oh yeah, the windows taped up. Best podcast around. And no, those aren't our plates. We've never registered it. Expired in 17. So I never even got the title. So cold. All right. Yeah, I keep a lot of trash back here. The third row. As you can see with the third row, there is about nothing for cargo area. A look in the front reveals everything else you need to know. Dirt, grime, duct tape seat, bark, quarter tank of gas. See, it says we need an oil change. The door's open. Oof. Yeah, this thing has been well used. Although this is nice. Look at that. All right, let me get some camera set up. Then we're gonna start this boy. Bad boy. You can do it. All right. Whew. Let's give her a start here. Yeah, buddy. Now we're working a bit faster. Yeah, I think that battery might have been low. Yeah, the exhaust ends like right there. Okay, I think you guys might have missed out on the full experience before. So let's give her to you. That battery is not dead. Yep, you certainly did miss out on the full experience. Oh, well. Are you serious? I think that Datsun may have not been charging my battery. Just relocate these a little bit. Oh, heck. Well, she says we're reading. Big pliers. Maybe it is the battery. So we swapped out our EverStart value for an EverStart Max. Let us see. I mean, I've already had the thing running. Yep. proper home. Good battery, I guess. Oh, Mercedes in this neighborhood? Oh yeah, the wiper. Ooh, is that one of those French RVs? The neighbors all probably hate us. Yes. Oh, it's never gonna stop that. She's shifting right and proper. It just seems like it's way too high because it's there's no exhaust at all. The exhaust is in front of me. What a time. Say what you will, this motor sounds good unrestricted. Yeah, it does. All right, now we'll rein her in and be a little quiet here, huh? It sounds good when she's uncorked.